vote, saying that Republicans for the first time in state history outpaced Democrats in the early vote. But then there's still the question of independents, which way they will go, and the question of whether these are new Republican voters or Republican voters who would have come out on Election Day but were encouraged to come out early. So it remains to be seen how all of that will play out, but certainly some encouraging signs that the Trump campaign is pointing to. As for the president himself, he was hunkering down at Mar-a-Lago. We're told that he hasn't had much sleep. He had a busy 24 hours barnstorming some battlegrounds, a late night in Michigan, flew to Florida, voted here this morning, and at Mar-a-Lago, even still, we're told that he's working the phones, he's calling campaign staffers, various offices, even calling into radio stations, and we're told that he's doing everything he can to actually run through the tape as it happens. Multiple gatherings happening at Mar-a-Lago where the president will be attending, meeting with big donors and family, people like Elon Musk. We're told if he decides to speak tonight, and a lot of speculation about when that could happen, he was in motorcade from Mar-a-Lago over here to the convention center in West Palm Beach. This is where thousands of Trump supporters and surrogates are gathering tonight, and that when we've been pressing the Trump campaign to get a sense of timing on that, we're getting a lot of different answers, but I think this one from an advisor pretty much sums it up. Trump will do whatever Trump wants to do, and they are just going to be ready to respond in the moment. David.
Jake Johnson at Trump headquarters in Florida for us. Rick, thanks so much. Let's get to Eva Pilgrim. She's with Kamala Harris's campaign. Eva, what are they making of the early numbers, and where is the vice president tonight? How will she spend the evening?
Well, the vice president has a very routine that she does every election, which is she has dinner with her family. We know that she's at a local D.C. hotel where she is watching these numbers come in and just sort of taking it all in. It has been a mad dash to the finish here. She has been zigzagging across the state of Pennsylvania yesterday. She's been doing lots of radio, call-in, drive-in interviews, talking to people in those battleground states. We're here at Howard. This is the place that she's referred to as her home. You know, a lot of candidates we see in their home state on Election Day, and this is a place that feels like home to her. This is where she came to do her debate prep. This is a place she feels very comfortable, very safe, very grounded. You know, we talked with a campaign official just a short time ago, and they're feeling very optimistic looking at these early numbers. They're looking at those suburban voters. They point out to me that even in these red states, they're tracking Trump's numbers, particularly, for instance, one of the examples they gave me was in Boone County, Indiana. He's trending downwards according to their numbers as he was in the previous presidential election. They're also looking at the enthusiasm amongst college students. The program here, David, is just beginning. It must be about 7:30 now. They're going to have a lot of different groups from the college here performing as part of this program. And this is part of what they are looking at that's making them excited, is this enthusiasm amongst college students. In Pennsylvania, lines at Lehigh, Lafayette, and Temple. In North Carolina, lines at Appalachian State polling places there in Boone County. Lines in Nevada at UNR and UNLV. 8 college campuses in Wisconsin have 1 to 2 hour lines right now. And that is something that they are hopeful and they think will lean in their direction. They're also looking at Philadelphia right now. As of 5:30, they're telling us that they've exceeded the 2016 raw turnout. They're overperforming on what they had set as their benchmark numbers in Philadelphia, and they're looking at the high Puerto Rican turnout there in Philadelphia that's also making them feel really good at this point in the night, David.
Eva Pilgrim at Howard University there in Washington, D.C. We'll be checking back in with you often. I want to bring in Mary Bruce, who covers the Harris campaign and the vice president for several years now, and you have some new reporting here about the lines that you heard Eva just mention, and the Harris campaign is doing all it can to try to keep young voters in line.
They continue to be very encouraged by the turnout that we are seeing and by the fact that these lines are still so long, so late, especially with students. We know students don't really like to stand in line, so they're trying to keep them in line, and they are once again leaning on celebrities, as we have seen throughout this campaign. I'm told that Paul Rudd, the actor, is now out visiting students in line in Pennsylvania. Jennifer Garner, Josh Gad, also out there trying to encourage these students to stay in line, to make their voices heard. And you heard Eva there talking about what they're seeing in Philadelphia. They really are feeling good about the turnout that they are seeing there, that it continues to look strong, especially with Puerto Rican voters in that area. And we know there's been a lot of conversation about that and the way they reacted and felt about the comments from that comedian at Donald Trump's last rally at Madison Square Garden. And this campaign continues to feel that rally really will be a turning point, and they believe it will drive the state's large Puerto Rican population towards Kamala Harris.
We'll see where the night stands at the end of the night. Let's get back over to Rick Klein. Rick, in looking at Georgia, I know more of the vote is in. I presume a number of these votes come from the rural counties that are starting to drive up Donald Trump's quite significant lead at this point, 10% of the vote in, but just looking at the board, where are these votes coming from?
Yeah, it is the rural parts of the state. A lot of these counties don't have nearly as many residents. Trump hitting his marks in some, not hitting his marks in others. As we mentioned, a couple of the suburban counties in just outside Atlanta, places that Harris is outperforming Joe Biden at this hour. I don't want to scare people with this graphic, but we got a lot of vote left. Those big blue dots, that means there's a ton of Democrats.
Yeah, that's what I need to see. I need to see more blue.
We're going to have to wait for that to come in. We have been tracking some interesting things with the early vote so far, because it isn't coming in from every state. This gives you a snapshot of the rural returns, a 2-to-1 margin so far in the early vote, because of where it is in from, not because of the overall early vote.
Always important to know where the votes are actually coming in, which explains the differential right there. Like 62% to 36%. Again,
You don't know by like, it's gonna be like a couple states.
Let's get out to Steve Ozanami. He covers Georgia for us. He actually lives there in Georgia, knows it better than any of us here in the studio. And you talked to Secretary of State Raffensperger, Steve. He's happy with the turnout today and how things are going.
2-hour lines.
Yes, true. A lot of states he's seeing about 1.2 estimated voters today. He's very happy with how things have been going. There are, of course, the concerns about those fake bomb warnings that were sent from the Russians to poll workers in Fulton County. That was a bit of concern. Some of those polls were allowed to stay open just a little later. At the time that those polls had to be closed while they were doing a sweep of those locations just to be safe, to make sure that people are safe in those polls. We sat down with him a few weeks ago and talked about some of the issues that we've been talking about today, about the confidence in the election here, especially after what happened 4 years ago, the concerns that many voters have had that led to a number of laws that affected the way that we vote here in Georgia, and he was confident that people would feel that this would be, using his words, a clean election. And it's very interesting to look at some of those data points from the exit polling that suggest that people on both sides of the aisle sort of feel that there is some confidence in the election here. And so that, of course, is a win for the Secretary of State. I want to underline something that Rick has been pointing out, and that is that I, too, have been talking with officials here in the Trump campaign who have been pointing out that when you look at the highest turnout so far, when you look at the turnout percentages across the state of Georgia, the counties that lead the way are the red counties, some as high as 70%, which is absolutely incredible. The only issue there, of course, is that most of the people who live in this state live in the metro counties in what has now become a very blue part of Georgia. And of course, we're waiting to see those votes still come in tonight.
Steve Ozanami live in Atlanta for us. Steve, thanks so much. And as Steve was talking about, perhaps maybe he didn't see the Rick Klein map with the blob on the map. That was the
Kamala win.
exciting thing Donna Brazil has seen on
Kamala win. Kamala. It's Kamala. It's spelled like Kamala though. It's spelled like Kamala though.
They're watching tonight as we go into the night on what they
Trump turn his bitch up.
continue to do against cross that finish line. We're going to be right back right after this. ABC News live coverage of election night 2024.
How are you streaming YouTube but I don't see YouTube? Because this is on YouTube. Go on YouTube right now. You don't know I've seen it, but after they see like YouTube. Nah, because this is just going straight to YouTube. Because this connects and my
Every special shot and unfolds. This one I thought you heard the most shocking part. There was another part.
Fire and Vice 2020 Friday night on ABC.
Look at all these
nigga, what you been doing all day?
Be about 30 by the time you know what you be doing.
I don't know what he be doing out here. Bro, is they really gonna let Trump win? Hold on, let me look at my chat.
Now,
Luckily.
There's no saying.
It's not like he finna come to our doorstep.
Shit.
No, that's a fact. But them police might though.
I was gonna say that.
Like, you saying that till you get pulled over and then they do whatever.
Bro, cause I ain't gonna lie. Last time when he was president, like them niggas was really on that bullshit. The
He
police.
kind of said it's free will.
This shit has heaven.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I don't want. That's what I really don't want.
No guilt on the pleasure cruise.
I got locked. When he was in office, I got locked up the most. And I wasn't even doing shit. I wouldn't even be doing shit. I just be driving. Driving all black. You know what I'm saying? They don't get rid of all the public schools.
You'll be okay.
They don't get rid of everything.
We're gonna roll it to
Rolling up drugs on the live. You gonna roll in the wood? What? Yeah, what they gonna do? What they gonna do? I don't think it matters.
I think it does. And why I gotta be the one? Drugs.
What? Break it down? Because I like how you wrote that last one.
I rolled, right?
You did. That's what I'm saying. I was like, you know what? I think
Self-taught, guys.
she might as well just do it. I might as well just give her the honors.
Self-taught.
Self-taught, bro.
I'm sick, my stomach in my ass. Please don't say Plan B's on deck, come shop.
I'm dead. They be trying to get rid of them too.
Fuck you.
He trying to get rid of birth control, all that shit.
He trying to get rid of
It's like he wants.
I want to be
He's
on a
trying
team
to kill
with
off.
you.
Shark Tank.
You know why I think they do that though? I
and
think they do that because more white people get abortions than black people.
More black people get abortions than white people.
You think so?
Your voice, your vote. Election Day 2024. Live from New York City. Here again, David Young.
4 days. We just passed the hour now. We've got some new results coming in from the state of Vermont. Independent Senator Bernie Sanders, of course, seeking a fourth term there. 83 years old, and remember he ran for president in 2016 and 2020.
Damn, that's
He's been reelected. Campaign Vermont will return to the Senate. And in the governor's race in that state, Republican Governor Phil Scott, who is seeking a two-year term. He will be continuing his role as governor of that state. He's been reelected tonight in Vermont. Let's take a look at the path to 270 tonight. Where things stand is still very early in the night, but as you can see, Kamala Harris winning one state, 3 electoral votes, Donald Trump 3 states.
You know what her excuse for that was? She was like,
Let's get to Donna Brazil, Frank Davis, Chris Christie.
She was like, that never happened.
First of all,
No, I was saying that for black people,
tonight,
you don't
you
hear
be the chair of the DNC. How do they feel tonight?
Yeah, I was like,
But it's just black people, we have more
Look, they put a lot of
complications. They're
effort
pregnant,
into
even
not
though
just getting out
doctors,
early vote, but
we don't know black
getting
people.
people to
Word.
vote
They don't
today.
get- they don't
It's not
get
even
listened
Listen to
to.
those college students. You have neighborhoods after neighborhoods in Cobb, Fulton, and DeKalb County. They're still
Trump just bad for business, basically what they saying.
I believe
He bad for business.
for extended hours, not only because people were in line, but also because they had some technicalities during the day. Look, I'm excited. This was a turnout fever day. The Republicans figured out how to do the early voting dance. Good.
Oh, they saying, she basically saying that.
As well as turnout our votes today. So that's going to be a boogie woogie that the Republicans will not see until we beat them in a couple hours.
I take that question to you, Ron, because that is an interesting question. The numbers are really impressive on the Republican side of early voting. And we know part of that is just Donald Trump embraced it this time around. Was there an apparatus in place and infrastructure to then get out the vote, additional votes? Obviously, we were election anyway, but new voters into the fold. Were these voters in the early vote people who would have shown up on election day anyway?
No, actually, when you look at all these battleground states, one of the things that we measure in the party is how many people voted early that never voted before. That's an important number because that way you can prove that you weren't cannibalizing your election day vote. In that category, the Republicans, as they're labeled, now some of them might drift off, but they beat the Democrats in every one of those states in that category. I can tell you from talking to the Trump campaign, and I did talk to the president earlier today, but tonight, the Trump campaign's excited about Florida. Because if you look at Florida, 10 points up with 70% of the vote in, the panhandle doesn't come in until the 8 p.m. hour because that's the central time zone. That number is going to go up. So really,
that nigga Trump fuck with Epstein,
as a whole,
he fuck with
as
Diddy.
far as just Florida.
That nigga said grab him by the pussy.
North Carolina's been going back and forth. And there's a
Bro, it's like, it's just like, what did that tell you? Like, this nigga got pictures with Diddy, this nigga got pictures with Epstein. Like, we for real.
Signs are tonight for where this is going.
Just back to that point, because I think it's a key point. So in the early vote, the Trump campaign, in looking at the numbers, believes that it leads the Harris campaign when it comes to new voters in the early vote.
That's what you're saying? Yes, that's right. Because, you know, there's always been said that, yeah, the Republicans are voting early, but they're just taking election day votes, cannibalizing those and dumping them in the early vote bucket. But the way that you can analyze that is to say, okay, how many of these people that voted either didn't vote before or maybe only voted once over the past 6 years? Those are what we call zero voters, which are the people who never voted, and one voters, which are people who rarely vote. That's the real number that these campaigns analyze going into today.
Chris, what are you watching?
Well, look, what I'm watching is when we stop speculating about early vote, which is all we're really doing now, except in a few places. Think about what happened in the primary, in the Republican primary, in these swing states. In Pennsylvania, 157,000 people voted against Donald Trump with no opponent any longer in the race. In North Carolina, it was 300,000. Republican primary voters voted against Trump in that race. And, you know, in Michigan, it was 250,000. So where do those people go? Are they in early vote or in election day vote? Are they going to actually go back to Trump?
And a fire?
Or are they going to vote for Harris, or are they going to stay home? And those are not soft R's. There'll be some independents.
They're going to be like, well, we have millions.
But those are 30 million voters who said, with no opponent, everyone had withdrawn at that point in those states.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit crazy.
They weren't voting for Donald Trump anyway, and they voted for Nikki Haley as a placeholder because she's the only one left. I want to see what happens in those states with those voters, because a lot of the assumptions that the Trump campaign is making on the early vote when they see Republicans is, oh, we're going to get 95, 96% of that. But if these numbers are an indication, they may have a lower number, and that will hurt them in those states.
That's a really interesting point from the governor. And Mary Bruce, we were talking about this Nikki Haley. She did endorse, obviously, Donald Trump. She wrote an op-ed just this week in the Wall Street Journal. But she wasn't out there on the trail. You saw the Madison Square Garden rally, for example, and no Nikki Haley to be seen. And I'm sure the Harris campaign was likely glad that happened, that Nikki Haley wasn't on the trail.
They sure were, especially as they have been making a very aggressive push to reach out to those disillusioned, dissatisfied Republican voters, especially Republican women, who may simply not be able to tolerate the idea of a second Trump term. You have seen the Harris campaign, out there. She's been in every single key battleground in the blue wall states with Liz Cheney by her side, urging Republicans to get out there and vote. And they continue to believe that they have a real shot tonight at winning over some of those Nikki Haley voters. And I think they were probably a little bit astounded that Donald Trump didn't take the opportunity to get Nikki Haley out there.
It really is a remarkable thing, John. We just got 2 minutes before this break, but to have Liz Cheney saying you can go into that booth, you don't have to tell anyone how you voted, vote your conscience.
And Liz Cheney has told me she thinks there is a hidden Harris vote. We'll see if that is. But I want to come back to what Ryan said about Florida. Donald Trump won Florida by less than 4 points last time. Barely won it by just over 1 point in 2016. And with 74% of the vote, they count early in Florida. They count quickly in Florida. He has a 10-point lead, far surpassing where he was against Joe Biden 4 years ago. That's just Florida. Nobody thought that Kamala Harris was going to win Florida, but that's got to be a concerning sign going forward, because it's a big state that we actually have a lot of returns in, and she's significantly trailing where Joe Biden was 4 years ago.
And the makeup of that state hasn't changed dramatically.
And look, it reminds me another point that we haven't counted anything in the Panhandle, which is the most solidly Republican part of the state. So that number is going to, that margin is going to widen out. And you see here county after county underperforming where Democrats were.
In the state of Florida, when for some years the Harris campaign seemed to know this was coming, maybe not this extreme, and they said don't look at Florida to extrapolate much, but it's got to be a little alarming when they see that the margin is far wider than Joe Biden just 4 years ago in the state of Florida. It's now currently 5 minutes before 8 o'clock here. The key state of Pennsylvania closes at 8 p.m. 16 states about to begin reporting reporting, including the Keystone State, 19 electoral votes on the tracks there. Just to bring you up to speed, Georgia, North Carolina have already closed, also key battleground states. I see Rick over at the board. New numbers coming in, top of the hour, we'll tell you where this race stands. Don't go away. ABC News live coverage of the presidential race 2024 continues from Election Night headquarters in a moment.
Moments from now, we're live across the country as results come in. Polls are already closed in 9 states. They're about to close in 16 more states, including the pivotal state of Pennsylvania, when Election Night 2024 continues on BBC.
Pennsylvania. If she don't get Pennsylvania, it's a dub. Because that's
streaming at 12 o'clock on Disney Plus. Watch again.
Come again?
And again at home.
Hit me again.
It's perfect. Deadpool and Wolverine streaming November 12th on Disney Plus.
Suspect is on the roof requesting backup.
2 daring rescues.
Someone's gonna go down in
one new hero.
I can do it. I'm his big brother.
We don't try this, we might not get to the end in time. 911 only Thursday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Damn, bro, this shit nerve-wracking. What if she really lose? It is, to me it is, because I really don't fuck with you. I just feel like shit. I just feel like the shit don't really change. Like, it's gonna be a different environment, bro. Motherfucker, you gonna have them folks walking out with their chest out, because they know they can get away with shit. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna really bad, yo. Oh, bomb some shit? Bro, for one, he just gonna let Russia take Ukraine. That's one thing he gonna do.
He gonna start shit.
And I don't fuck with how we be giving Ukraine all the bread and shit, but it's like at the end of the day, the United States we like the forefront of democracy. Like we basically like we like basically administer democracy across the world. Like if there's a dictator on the other side of the world doing some crazy shit, America will go in there and be like, nah, we about to turn this motherfucker into a democracy because
I think he's trying to turn it into a dictatorship.
But like that is a slippery slope because like I'm sure you don't fuck with Biden giving billions of dollars to Ukraine. I don't either, but like what is he supposed to do? Just let Putin take the whole state? He can't do that. He can't do that because it's a slippery slope. You let him take that state, then he gonna try and take Poland next. And what if he try to take Switzerland next? You feel me? He just gonna keep going west. He's just gonna keep going west until eventually he got half of Europe. You know what I'm saying? And then at that point he gonna be too big to stop. That's why Biden giving him all that money. I just wish he would pull it back a little bit. He giving them motherfuckers trillions.
You see, a lot of people not educated, so they don't even know why he's doing that shit. They just like, oh, he can give us money, like he money over here.
But we straight over here. If you broke, like it's what Rizzo was saying. Like if you broke, you're just gonna be broke. Like everybody can get money in America. It's not like you living in North Korea. Like everybody can make money in this.
I mean, you can sell some flowers on the damn side of the street.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody can make money in this country. You don't gotta be. It's open.
The fuck?
That's really.
Wherever news breaks. ABC News.com. We'll take you there.
AM in the East, the polls are about closed across the country, including the critical battleground states of Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. At this hour, you can see Pennsylvania, the numbers are not coming in yet. 19 electoral votes from that state alone. We're getting reports of long lines. The Harris campaign encouraging particularly young voters, too, at some of these universities to stay in line. They have celebrities FaceTiming with them, engaging with the voters in those lines. Really, 90% of the time, the person running, if you win Pennsylvania, you win the presidency. And the map becomes very difficult if either one of these does not win the state of Pennsylvania. So we'll come back to that as soon as the numbers start coming in. Take a look at North Carolina as another key battleground, 16 electoral votes. Right now, Kamala Harris leading Donald Trump with 5% of the vote in 51, almost 52% there, 47% Donald Trump. In Georgia tonight, 16 electoral votes, and as you can see, Trump up by about 10 points right now, 33% of the vote in, but pointing out that a number of the votes that have been cast so far come from deep red rural counties in Georgia. We're going to watch that very closely. We do have a key state that used to be a battleground that we can now declare a winner. We're now projecting that Donald Trump will win the state of Florida. His home state of Florida, popular Florida governor there, Ron DeSantis as well, ran against Donald Trump in the primary. Donald Trump will pick up 30 electoral votes from his home state of Florida. That's with 77% of the vote coming in. Donald Trump also winning tonight, Tennessee, 11 electoral votes there. He won it in 2020, wins it again. Missouri, Donald Trump picks up 10 more electoral votes. Donald Trump wins the state of Alabama, 9 electoral votes from Alabama. In Oklahoma tonight, one of the most Republican states in the country, Donald Trump picks up another 7 electoral votes. Vice President Kamala Harris wins in the solidly Democratic state of Massachusetts, 11 electoral votes. Joe Biden, of course, won there, handled by 33 points 4 years ago. Vice President Kamala Harris winning the state of Maryland tonight, 10 electoral votes there. When you watch that Senate race very closely. The District of Columbia tonight, 3 electoral votes. Winner Vice President Kamala Harris. In Illinois tonight, we're watching the raw numbers coming in. Obviously, two electoral votes. We live right now. 19 electoral votes up for grab. New Jersey, not a winner yet. 14 electoral votes. The polls have just closed in Connecticut as well. They've closed in Mississippi. They closed in Maine. And in New Hampshire, a lot of talk about New Hampshire in these recent days. Kamala Harris had hoped.
Yo, this is what it's not.
As it goes through election day, some of those.
This is what Gabi was talking about, bro. Each state got different electoral votes. Like New Hampshire got 4, Rhode Island got 4.
In Delaware, 3 electoral votes up for grabs.
Delaware got 3.
Just closed the polls there. Let's take a look at the map so far. Kamala Harris winning 3 states in Washington, D.C. Donald Trump picking up 8 states tonight. As you can see, the electoral count right there on your screen, 27 to 90 on the race to 270. We do have a key Senate race. We're going to call this hour. ABC News.
Look at that shit, all that shit. But I ain't gonna lie. It actually is just getting started. Damn! Wait, projected winner, what is that? Senate of Florida, of course.
Our coverage of the 2024 presidential election continues right here live on ABC.
This is an ABC News special.
Now, half the country ain't shit. They shit ain't come out there.
All across America,
But over half the
votes are
country
being
shit ain't
counted.
come out there.
President,
I pledge to be a president.
There's a lot of votes about to come out. Like when they just showed the map,
this historic
they
night,
knew Florida was gonna be a red state.
live from ABC News election headquarters in New York City. Now reporting, David Muir.
Welcome back tonight. We're still election night coverage. Polls in 25 states are now closed, including the must-win state of Pennsylvania at this hour. Vice President Kamala Harris, former President Donald Trump, both vote in Pennsylvania to try to win the White House. At this hour, millions of voters.
This about to be the biggest comeback of all time.
Many consider to be one of the most high-stakes elections in recent history. Again, Mary Bruce reporting in our last hour to Harris campaign work to keep those voters in line in Pennsylvania, the all-important must-win state for both campaigns. To Lindsay Davis, you've been diving into the exit polls for Pennsylvania. So curious to hear what the voters are saying.
Of course, as expected, with the Keystone State, to the victor go the spoils, right? And so we're really paying attention to what happens here. This is a state that obviously has flip-flopped the last 3 presidential elections. When Obama, then it went for Trump, then it went for Biden.
Okay, Pennsylvania right now is voting. It's looking like Trump gonna win it. It's 50% Trump, 44%
Pennsylvania identify as independent voters.
24% independent. What the fuck is wrong with
Donald Trump? 50% of those independent voters.
I ain't gonna lie, people who don't vote, they might just vote independent.
Donald Trump compared to 44% for Kamala Harris. But look, I want to talk about some significant turning points. There have been a number of them, obviously, in this election, okay? But let's start in particular here, Madison Square Garden just a few weeks ago. You have 580,000 registered Latino voters in the state of Pennsylvania. Half of them Puerto Rican. There was offensive comments that were made during Madison Square Garden during the
God,
57% going for Kamala Harris again.
Oh no, that's just Hispanics. Look, Hispanics, 57%.
Hispanic voters.
That's 42% Hispanic people don't vote for Kamala. That's bad.
Donald Trump. Now, she is underperforming slightly. Biden won 15% of the Latino vote in 2020. But here's where she's overperforming. Look at this. For the union voters, now 19% of those voters in Pennsylvania identified as part of the union, or they have a household member who's part of the union. 56% going for Kamala Harris. Trump is actually down 8 points from where he was in 2020.
Really interesting. That number on independents is going to be a little concerning. I know those are preliminary exit polls for the Harris campaign so far. Let's get right over to Rick Klein. Any of the numbers come in on Pennsylvania yet?
Yeah, actually, we've heard from officials in Pittsburgh that they'd be fast, and they kept true to their word. A little bit of a surprise because we often wait for the big cities. It's not all the vote there, about a quarter of it, but as expected, you see Kamala Harris open up a bit of a lead there. That's where she needs to win, and of course, this part of the vote right now is almost all early by mail vote. You'd expect her to be winning voters like this. That's the first numbers we're seeing, and that accounts for all of the lead that we see right now. We're also seeing some very early numbers in Philadelphia, another place where Kamala Harris needs to run up big numbers, and of course, she's doing that so far tonight. This is an interesting one because Joe Biden actually did a little less well than Hillary Clinton did in the city of Philadelphia. Harris, again, very early, doing slightly better. And the story in Pennsylvania, a little different than some other states. This is the share of the electorate that was Democrat versus Republican in 2024. You see it was a 20-point edge. It was bigger last time around, but that amounts to a huge margin. A couple 100,000 votes for Democrats are being banked before Election Day. A relatively small share of those in Pennsylvania. So early vote was more of a bright spot for the Democrats, and in the early numbers we see so far in Pennsylvania, that's bearing out.
Yeah, so it wasn't a huge margin going into today, but definitely a margin that they were glad to have for the Harris campaign. Let's go back to Allegheny County, if you would. They said they would be early. They've got a good batch of votes in already. Just give us that metric, that benchmark, where both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump need to be at this point in Allegheny County.
Sure, because you need to win in the cities if you're a Democrat. The benchmark there, Kamala Harris needs to be getting almost 60% of the vote. Right now, she's well into the 70s. You see it kind of tracks where Democrats have been the last couple of election cycles when Hillary Clinton narrowly lost, Joe Biden narrowly won. Again, because this is the mail vote, it's the early by mail vote, it's going to trend a little more blue than this city than this county is likely to land, but that's the trend we're seeing in a bunch of states. We'll come back to Pennsylvania in a moment. I don't want to leave it yet. Let's look at North Carolina. Only about 7% right now. Greenville is one of the places that we have our eyes on. Kamala Harris right now, running a little bit below Joe Biden, and right now slightly below where her benchmark would be. Also, this is a research triangle up in Orange County. This is the University of North Carolina. It's important for Kamala Harris, and it needs to be Kamala Harris. So you look at the 50-point lead. Remember, that's about what she needs to be doing in that.
That was the first time I've ever seen
and the first numbers are coming in down from the Atlanta metro area. Fulton County has put in some.
He was recording.
This is going to be some of the early vote, and you can see how a very big lead, that the deficit that we've seen.
I'm not sure, bro. That shit is over, bro.
It's going to be counties like we talked about this a little bit earlier in the night. Look at what happened the last couple of election cycles. Joe Biden's number jumps up to 40. Harris's number is now approaching 50, and that's the kind of person who needs to overperform in that column. The inverse of that is some of the redder counties. Donald Trump getting 50,000 votes so far. That again reports almost exactly what the 538 average. So he is no doubt hitting some more rural areas, running up big numbers, and we're seeing her perform pretty well in some major cities and the suburbs where we have numbers so far.
Can you show us the metric with the circles so we get a sense in Georgia, at least, of the South? This is really telling. Everyone take a look at this. It just shows you that Atlanta metro area, which looms so large, that just just gives you an idea of the percentage of the vote that still has to come in, because we're only looking at 37% of the vote in. Kamala Harris 43 to Donald Trump's 56, demanding lead. But again, as Rick points out, some of this comes from the rural counties where Donald Trump is performing at the benchmark where he needs to be in order to pull off a Georgia victory. Again, Biden won it by about 11,000 votes 4 years ago. Of course, President Trump would like to take that victory this time around. Back to Pennsylvania, because it is 8 o'clock here, and it's 10 minutes past 8 o'clock. The Keystone State, the polls have just closed there. I want to get to Matt Gutman. Matt, what are you hearing on the ground as far as both campaigns and what they made of the turnout they saw today?
I think they're going to be pretty pleased by the numbers that Rick just talked about in Allegheny County and specifically in Philadelphia. Maybe the early mail-in ballot might even it out some, but they really need to be making those gains in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, the places where they are strong, running up the score there, and then try to poach some of those votes from the more rural counties here. So they are going to be pleased by that. But one of the things that we are seeing, David, are these very long lines in some of the key battleground counties. I've spoken to election officials in 11 of the battleground counties, and one of them, Northampton County, they're looking at 7-hour waits to vote. Polling machines went down there. An election official in nearby Lackawanna County or Missouri County didn't show up for an hour and a half this morning, delaying the vote by an hour and a half. They went to court. They extended the vote there. One of the things that elections officials here have been telling me about for well over about 2 weeks, they're concerned about the threat environment here. There have been a lot of threats, and one of the major things that they think that the electorate forgets is the human factor. There are human beings who are running these machines, who are running these polling stations, and they want people to remember that there will be times when somebody forgets to plug in the machine, or doesn't turn on the lights outside in the parking lot, and that doesn't mean that there is conspiracy, and it doesn't mean that there is fraud, but already the Trump campaign jumping back on that, telling or making allegations on Twitter that there has been fraud here in Philadelphia, specifically something that the DA has said is just not happening. Also, Governor Josh Shapiro has been telling me for days that the allegations of fraud.
They don't care about it. They care more about like copyright.
Back up in Pennsylvania tonight for us, Matt. Thanks so much. I do want to call another state here for Donald Trump, South Carolina. We can announce ABC News projecting at this hour. Donald Trump wins the state of South Carolina, 9 electoral votes. In the state of South Carolina, obviously, that was safe GOP. He won by 12 points back in 2020. It was expected that he would win again this time, and he has. He's picked up the state of South Carolina. What more do we know about Pennsylvania?
We haven't seen much lead yet, but we're starting to see begin to roll in. I've been keeping an eye on this. This is a state that actually votes mostly on election day, so that's why we're going to wait for the most part. But as what we've seen so far, the early vote is overwhelmingly high. It's a 50-point margin. And again, this is an area where we're in a state where the Democrats almost certainly banked a lot of votes before elections, and you're seeing that bear out very early tonight.
Klein, thanks over the big board. Come back to Rick in just a moment. We have another race we can call tonight. This comes from North Carolina. Not the presidential race, but the race for the governor in that state. Roy Cooper, obviously, is term limited. The Democrat, Josh Stein, the Attorney General that stayed, now become the governor of North Carolina. Josh Stein beats Mark Robinson, Lieutenant Governor. He was the Republican. He'd been endorsed by Donald Trump. Donald Trump was asked about Mark Robinson and CNN about some of the things that Mark Robinson had called himself on the websites that he had frequented. Donald Trump said, I don't know much. I haven't heard about that guy or heard about that race. I'm not really watching it.
Yeah, before that, he called him Martin Luther King on steroids and campaigned with him. But once that story came out, Donald Trump quickly disowned him and he made it clear he wasn't going to be there.
Now, as far as the presidential race in that state, from Josh Stein's win to have them, but because there was such a scandal on the other side with the governor's race, it wasn't expected to carry across the finish line necessarily.
I mean, the thing was, it kind of took the governor's race completely out of the picture. And when you were trying to win as a team, get a big force out there, Democrats needing to get the votes out to win the governor's race as well as the presidential race. The governor's race was a non-factor. Look, Democrats think North Carolina was clearly the best chance to pick up a state that Donald Trump had won.
So let's take a John over to Rachel Scott, because you've covered North Carolina. You were there with Donald Trump these last couple of days. And this is this whole notion of split tickets and whether or not Josh Stein and this victory we've called fairly early in the night, if that'll help bring Kamala Harris to the finish line. The state that the Trump campaign in late days became a little concerned about.
Yeah, again, in the state that Donald Trump won twice, both in 2016 and in 2020, the only battleground state where he's on defense tonight. David, I want to show you, just zooming in here on Greenville. This is Pitt County, and we have this comparable here where you can see how the gubernatorial candidates were doing here compared to the presidential candidates. So you can see in this county, which is home to Greenville, Vice President Kamala Harris at 52%, Donald Trump at 46%. Look at where Stein is, the Democrat, 59%, running ahead of Vice President Kamala Harris compared to Robinson, who was just at 37%. Let's take a look at what this looks like statewide, David. You can see here, this is exactly why Stein pulling ahead here, performing better than Donald Trump in this state, a state that Donald Trump won twice. This is exactly why former President Donald Trump was not even campaigning with Robinson in the state after all that controversy came to light.
And while we have you there, let's look at the presidential race where it stands at this hour in North Carolina.
Yeah. So we just checked Greenville. Let's go back to it. The county of Pitt here. Let's see how Vice President Kamala Harris is doing compared to President Biden. He was at 54%. She's at 52%. You have 75% of the vote in. Let's check the benchmark to see how she's performing. All right, so a little bit of ways to go here. Our 538 benchmark has her at 54. She's at 52 currently. Let's go take a look at the research triangle over here. Raleigh, Durham. Let's take a look at Orange County. 86% of the vote in. Vice President Kamala Harris at 75. Donald Trump at 20. Let's take a look at the benchmark. Performing about right where she needs to be.
Interesting. All right, we're going to continue to watch North Carolina. Lindsay, you've got some exit polls from North Carolina. What are the voters saying?
Sure do. And I think that there are a few things worth pointing out in North Carolina. 1/5 of the population actually lives in an area that was devastated by Hurricane Helene. There are a number of headlines that basically say there are a number of people who lost their homes, lost their possessions, but they are still basically say there are a number of people who lost their homes, lost their possessions, but they are still turning out to vote and make their voices heard. Another thing that's significant, North Carolina is one of very few battleground states that has a significant portion of black population. 22% of the electorate is black. It's also home to the research triangle. See a number of college graduates there in North Carolina. That's where we begin. The white college grads, 31% of the electorate there identify as graduating from college, and they are breaking no surprise there. For Kamala Harris, 52%, so more than half of those college grads going for Donald Trump, going for Kamala Harris. Versus, look at this. Donald Trump losing. He's down. Again, this is preliminary. These numbers will change, but what we have right now, he has lost 3 percentage points with those with college degrees in the state of North Carolina from where he was in 2020. Now, as for whites with no college, again, no surprise here. Donald Trump almost getting 3/4 of that population there. And again, whites with no college in North Carolina account for about 38% of the electorate. Now, look at this. Harris really taking some strides from where Biden was in 2020. She's up 6 points with those whites with no college degree. So very significant, something that they can celebrate.
According to the exit polls, we're going to see if it bears out in the actual votes over on the map. And we're tracking North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Georgia this hour. New data coming in. We're going to get right back to the boards. Right after this. ABC News live coverage of the presidential election continues right here in a moment. Don't go away.
Your voice, your vote. ABC News Election Night 2024 continues in a moment.
How did I find 33? This shit might be behind. Nigga, how he go down? How he go down, Books? What's he talking about? What you mean? She said it's 95 to 33. Yeah, because I just seen that. We just seen 99 to 27. What the hell is she looking at? See, that's she been looking at.
You're watching America's #1 streaming news with ABC News Live.
Trump 2025. Yo, Clint is stupid. No, I'm just playing. What's up, man? My bad.
Hey.
That ain't my pants.
story about Graceland.
There are some suspicious minds over an attempt to sell Elvis Presley's beloved home, Graceland.
Elvis's home faces a possible foreclosure.
Lisa Marie's public struggles may have left the Presley family vulnerable.
Had I ever met Lisa Marie Presley, did I sign the document? No. This is a fraud.
Still is Graceland, now streaming on Hulu.
Tonight just opens my heart up again.
Welcome to the Golden Bachelorette Mental!
To meet with you is a turning point in my life.
This is ABC News coverage of Election Night 2024. Here again, David Muir.
We're so glad you're with us here at ABC News. You're looking live at the tracker of the battleground states tonight. As you can see, the key state of Georgia won by President Biden 4 years ago by just about 11,000 votes. Donald Trump leading Kamala Harris by about 10 points there. Again, many of this is rural counties of the Atlanta metro area. We're waiting for a significant amount of the vote to come in. North Carolina has Kamala Harris with the lead. Again, it's still early. This is a reflection in large part of the early vote of Rick Fine standing by in a moment. We'll break that down why that is. And of course, Pennsylvania, the polls closing there just 21 minutes ago. Mary Bruce reporting there are long lines. The campaign trying to keep Harris voters in line to encourage them to get their voice heard. Kamala Harris taking the early lead there in Pennsylvania. But again, very early in the night in these states. But we are getting more data in from North Carolina, Rick. And what does it tell us?
Yeah, right now Harris has a mild lead. It's mostly the early vote, and that is about 3/4 of the vote overall. And you can see she's leading by about 9 points among early voters. That's the margins that she's racking up. One of the counties we have a lot of information on. It's Orange County, where UNC is. It's a college town. That is going very blue for Kamala Harris, but she's just about hitting that 538 benchmark, just about doing what she needs to do in that county.
Rick Klein, we're at the big board tracking North Carolina. We're going to get new data in from Pennsylvania in a moment. We'll go back to Georgia as well. We're going to take a break for your local news. They're going to update you on your local races, and then the whole team standing by. A lot of numbers just coming in these key battleground states. We'll see just a couple of the major states. Don't go away.
ABC's David Muir.
I don't watch this.
I get it if y'all think the states have been neglecting you, but with this new program, they're actually coming in.
Duty calls for some Call of Duty. Black Ops 6, I'll take here. Thank you. Yes. Every vote counts, sir. Who's next? Who's next? One for your son. Here you go. Hey! What's his name?
Pop-Tart.
Henry? Scratch his name. The smell of freedom.
Madam VP, you're a couple years older than myself, so we kind of grew up in the 80s. But I'm only 35.
Come on now, you're a guest.
No, but you want to try me?
I'm gonna give you a shot in a minute.
You won't let it go.
All my life, running all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, one slice. I can roll the dice, all my life, running all my life. All my life, running all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, one slice. I can roll the dice, all my life, running all my life.
This is not the debate.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Club Shay Shay. This episode is brought to you by Call of Duty Black Ops 6. The woman that's stopping by for conversation of the drink today. She's the highest ranking woman in U.S. history. She's made a career of being first. She's the first woman to serve as Attorney General, African American and Asian American descent. She's also She's been District Attorney.
It's another complex. Same people, just not complex.
Virginia. ABC News also projecting Harris wins Maryland, Massachusetts, and D.C. Now,
Because that shit gonna piss me off, bro.
70. Now to our Jay O'Brien. He is outside Palm Beach County Convention Center in Florida, where former President Trump's watch party is taking place. Jay, what's the feeling there?
Yeah, Kira, there is this sense of optimism here. There is this sense that the night is early and that there are votes to still be counted in must-win states, particularly Pennsylvania. One other state emerging at this hour for both Republicans and Democrats that I've talked to, though, where there is a lot of attention, and there's a lot of attention across every single swing state, but two states to keep an eye on. North Carolina, a lot of attention from both parties that I've talked to, but also Wisconsin. There's a feeling from both Republicans and Democrats that I've chatted with that there is an intensity of looking at Wisconsin. I've even talked to some Democrats who said,
all the ladies finna be lit. No cap.
With the sheer number of ways enterprises work, deploy tech, adopt applications, and expand their networks, attackers have gained an advantage. Security teams can't possibly have eyes on everything.
Definitely know how to turn up shorty. Nah, it's definitely gonna be lit.
Can they? Around every entry point. And every clever attacker, we see the attacks others can't. How? We've got AI. Our attack signal intelligence powered by AI tells teams where to focus. It's really smart cybersecurity with AI everywhere.
Gutman, who's in Philly, Matt, the Keystone State, the last stop of the campaign trail for both Harris and Trump. How are election officials there feeling right now?
And it was 13 hours of voting and now a lot of hours of nail-biting and waiting for these officials, Kira. I would say that they're a little bit wary right now. There has been concern throughout this process and leading up to tonight that there would be violence. A primary concern for many of the officials I spoke to in the key battleground counties is that somebody would be hurt. That was their first concern. Second concern is that there would be destruction or violence at facilities, and third is that they would get the count in on time. It went peacefully today. Everybody's happy about that, but they're worrying about the human factor. There were some early snafus that caused long lines. They just want people to know it's not a conspiracy. There is no fraud afoot. The elections, they say, have gone smoothly today.
Bro, that just made me think there's more fraud.
Let's take it now to Eva Pilgrim. She is at Howard University here in Washington, D.C., where Vice President Kamala Harris is awaiting the results. Eva?
No. Niggas having fake lines.
I don't want to say what I want to think about that.
Are having a good time here tonight. You can hear the Howard University Gospel Choir performing here behind us. And this kind of gives you the feel of what Harris's rallies have been like in the last several days. They have been like a festival. They have been a coming together. We're here in the yard at Howard, which is a gathering place for students in the community here, where people come together. And, you know, it's really interesting that she chose to be here at Howard. A lot of candidates choose to be in their home state, but she refers to Howard as coming home, Kira.
All right, our Eva Pilgrim. Thank you so much, Eva. I'm Kira Phillips. Thanks so much for joining us. Hope you'll stay with us here at ABC News. Our team will be bringing you election results all night long, led by our David Muir, so don't go far. Our race for the White House coverage continues.
Luke Bryan, Peyton Manning, and Lainey Wilson host the CNA Awards live ABC November 20th.
Seeing here tonight just opens my heart up again.
Welcome to the Golden Bachelorette. Tell all. To meet with you is a turning point in my life.
Wherever news breaks, ABC News Live Prime. We'll take you there.
This is an ABC News special. Election Night in America. Who will be the next president of the United States? From ABC News headquarters in New York, here again, David Muir.
Welcome back to ABC News Live election night coverage. Now 8:30 here in the East. Polls in Arkansas are now closed as well. They are closed in 3 of the key battleground states, as you know. We're tracking them: Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. 26 states in all now with results coming in. We're going to continue to track those. We do have a winner in this half hour. We're going to declare that Arkansas. ABC News projecting that Donald Trump has picked up the 6 electoral votes in the state of Arkansas. I want to drill down on Pennsylvania with Rick Klein over at the big board. And Rick, let's pull up some of these counties because we are starting to get additional data. First thing, the collar counties around Philadelphia. There's been so much focus on the suburbs of Philadelphia and whether or not Kamala Harris could pick off some of these Republican women in particular, independent women, and I'm curious how both sides are doing.
Yeah, no surprise that Philadelphia is going to vote big for Harris, but the suburbs are a little bit more of a question. There's some more Democratic-leaning suburbs like Delaware County, Delco. That's an area where our projections are that Kamala Harris has to get about 60% of the vote. She's at 75. Now, we should know this is mostly early by mail votes so far, so we'd expect that to be very Democratic-leaning. But we're going to be talking a lot about these counties, I think, tonight. This is a really interesting one. Bucks County is a place that we've seen Democrats grow their vote share. Donald Trump doing a lot worse than he did 4 years ago, a little worse than he did in 2016. You see how Biden was able to jump 3 points in a place that's about 5-6% of the vote across the state. Right now, Harris netting about 14,000 votes out of Bucks. It is still very early. We have less than 10% of the total vote in, but as these counties come in, you start to see some interesting trends emerge where Kamala Harris, in that early vote that's in, hitting beyond where Joe Biden did and beyond where the 538 benchmark.
This is one of those sort of boomerang counties, right? Northampton being watched very closely.
That's right.
Places flipped. It went to Trump, went from Trump to Biden, and now obviously Kamala Harris is trying to win that county as well. Let's look up at Luzerne County, Lackawanna County. Obviously, Joe Biden's sort of home turf.
Yeah, we don't have any vote in yet, but these are going to be interesting ones.
How about Allegheny County back to Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Pittsburgh, we're seeing about 30% of the vote in. It is almost all early by mail vote. That is 100,000 votes. That's about half of the margin that Harris has netted so far. It's coming out of that one county, again, ahead of where Biden was. Pointing to that interesting bright spot in early vote that we saw for Democrats in Pennsylvania.
We're going to be looking at the rural portions of Pennsylvania too, Terry, because you've reported on this extensively. And Donald Trump is going to have to keep that rural vote right where it was, or improve upon it if he wants to make up for the loss 4 years ago, 80,000 or so votes.
Exactly, that is his strength, and he looks like he's doing well in rural places. But one thing we heard about York County here down in the southeastern part of the state, that's a Republican county, but the Democrats there have made a concerted effort to reach out to rural Democrats up in the northern part of that county. And these are Democrats who first found each other. And you're seeing that a lot, too. These self-starting organizations, get-out-the-vote organizations that Democrats have, force multiplier, indivisible, a lot of them around the country. And he told us that up in the north, that organization, which they've now coordinated with, they got 20,000 people to knock on 20,000 doors, and they're pumped up there. And they're also coordinating the national campaign as well. They're hoping that across the state, that get-out-the-vote effort, not in the cities where Democrats are strong, but in those rural areas, can make a difference in a state that's going to be as close as it is.
Let me look at Erie County. You have anything from Erie yet? Rick, not to take you back over to Pennsylvania, but
Pennsylvania, we're going to be talking a lot about it, no question. Erie is interesting because you're up there in the northwest corner of the state, we have almost no vote in. That is your classic boomerang county, someplace that Barack Obama was winning, Donald Trump won, Joe Biden brought back to his column.
We'll be tracking that. Lindsay, you've got some exit polls, particularly when it comes to women voters.
Yes, and I think that this is significant what we're talking about on a national level. White women could very well decide this election. They are the largest voting bloc, 59 million voters strong. And what's interesting, I think you mentioned it earlier when we were at the very beginning, that white women haven't actually voted for a Democratic president since Bill Clinton in 1996. Even Hillary Clinton only was able to get 43% of the female vote. So let's see what's happening in Pennsylvania with the female voters. 53% of those, again, this is preliminary, 53% of those voters say that they are women, and they are breaking in favor of Kamala Harris by 55%.
Hell no,
Joe Biden in 2020. White women in particular, white women make up 42%, again, based on these preliminary polls, and 48% of the white women voting for Kamala Harris. Donald Trump is beating her further out when it comes to white women. Now, what makes this election potentially different from the past is that this is the first presidential election since Roe v. Wade was overturned. You have abortion on 10 states. Abortion is on the ballot in 10 states. Two of them, with Nevada and Arizona, are battleground states. So will abortion make a difference in this election?
Do you have the metric there that compares white women from 5 years, 4 years ago and how she's...
Roughly the same. We don't actually have it in a graph form, but she's running about the same as Biden so far. 2% better than where Biden was in 2020.
2%. Very tight race, though. That could make all the difference. And Martha, there has been significant outreach, in particular to suburban white women in Pennsylvania.
Absolutely. She absolutely needs those suburban white women in Pennsylvania, across all of the battleground states. But particularly there in those women, the women I've talked to in Pennsylvania, in those battleground states, all over the place, it is Donald Trump's language that is turning them off. And Kamala Harris is taking full advantage of that. She's reminding voters the kinds of things Donald Trump has said. Like, I want to protect women whether they like it or not. He calls her names. He calls her retarded. He calls her names that are very offensive to female voters. But they are also a voting bloc that gets out there. And when you look at those lines that we've been talking about tonight, and the Trump campaign, the Harris campaign trying to get those people to stay in line, women are very, very motivated and very angry. Women I've talked to in these states about what Donald Trump has said, they may stay in those lines, those low propensity male voters that Donald Trump has gone after, those younger voters that will they stay in those lines? But we have just
but no, I do want to get to know her.
Gender gap.
She gotta win first for us to get to know her, bro.
Particularly
I'm trying to fucking
the sort of bromance or the presentation of some of these rallies. She reminded, she was sending out a message to the Trump campaign that remember, women vote.
Absolutely, and that is what the Kamala Harris campaign is banking on, that women will come out and vote, especially.
They've called a couple of states where
She's not looking at the overall like we is.
Nah, she is. I don't know what. It's 30 to 105.
Let's just say 101 to 52.
Let me see
She's
where.
coming back. I type in electoral votes. It say 52 to 101.
Honestly, bro, the shit that we look, the shit
Oh,
that
they probably called another way.
the shit that we looking at the bottom is.
Nah, I don't know.
Let's give it back to you.
Nah, I'm on what is it?
I looked up electoral votes.
I'm on NBC presidential results.
I'm on 71. Oh hell no! Google just put 71 and 101. Oh shit, she coming back.
I'm saying it's like a basketball
It's
game.
good. Look, like all these shits that are red, that means they done got all the votes in and he already done won, so they just called it. Like Florida, they called early as fuck. They counted that shit fast as hell. Where you see that shit at though?
Just type in on Google electoral votes.
Why the fuck NBC?
Kamala for 3.
You know what I'm saying?
She's coming back. Damn Trump.
No more juice.
Yes it is. Ice cookout. It's at the bottom. Damn
The
Trump.
catch, however. Yeah, a lot of this map.
He started off with a 101 head. Like he had started off with a big ass lead. She already get caught up on his ass.
Oh, it is 70. Oh, cause Illinois.
Out of 133 counties in Virginia based on population. At the moment, you still have at least half of the vote still outstanding, and you see, Kamala Harris was 67%. You would expect that in Fairfax. I'm just making the.
But where the cats at? I love cats. Where they at? There's cats here?
He passed away.
Oh, damn.
It's good. It's all good though.
Yo, I did not know that, bro. Cause I swore.
I'm not laughing at
No. Cause I swore.
That was just like awkward.
On my party, you was like you put him up.
Yeah.
So that's real recent. Wait, what the fuck happened?
Nah, yeah, Joe. Yeah, we shall, I guess.
He just he got hit by a car.
When was this?
Like a while ago, like a few weeks.
Damn, do you know the people who did it?
Nah, bro. Swerve.
Damn, why I said that, bro?
It's all good.
Joe,
Huh?
Yeah.
I feel so bad now, bro. So I'm about to get one. Let me just.
Nah, you good, bro. You good.
But I thought it was more than one though.
Nah, it was just one.
Damn, bro. I repeat that.
Yeah, real shit. He was a real nigga. Nah, I can't find the Fox shit, but I do want to.
I mean, that shit would have just been. You would have seen how that would have been fucking on Shorty's dick, but fuck that. Go back to NBC, ABC. Damn, I just had it go. Where'd it go? Road to
I mean, it's more women. It's more women in the world than men.
Yeah, but that's in the world.
Love Trump.
That's in the world, not in America.
Yeah, the white women here, bro. They love Trump.
Some of them.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know what the fuck, which one it was.
Yeah, this. Well, I don't know why it says 101. Trump winning North Carolina now.
I mean, I feel like if she get the lead, she gonna win.
What?
Yeah.
This ain't basketball.
It is kind of like basketball.
Bro, I feel like
it's gonna wait till all this shit.
If she get the lead game,
it is kind of like basketball.
For Georgia right now, still statewide.
Georgia now.
So we move away from Chatham. We go statewide in Georgia. So Chatham's still at 5%, and for statewide, you're at 44%. So a lot of vote out for Peach State. Go ahead and clear this, and we'll get back to this in a moment. And Georgia now, so
I think that's really interesting about what's coming.
It's based off of how you vote.
You can still vote for anybody.
no, I'm saying when they go in and start their campaigns and shit, how do they
I think that these states, as these numbers come in, Democrats have high hopes about someplace like Texas, about something like Ohio, where they look at the Ansels report and say, is this indicative of the Midwest? But we're not seeing that in factual voter analysis. I haven't checked Ohio yet. It's a good state here to examine because Trump won it twice by 8 votes. Let's measure his strength right now. In 2020, we're about halfway in, okay? Kamala Harris doing better on the margins here, okay? 3.5 points statewide, so some vote out there. But Trump has proven to be pretty strong here in Ohio the last two times around. Let's see whether or not he can hold. Big Senate race in Ohio as well. Bernie Moreno against Sherrod Brown. We'll track that throughout the night as well. Basically in Ohio, you've got Cincinnati and Hamilton County. You got Columbus and Franklin County. You got Cleveland and Cuyahoga. Those are your three main population centers. They have been ruled for some time. I would not expect them to be even a shade of rose. Okay, let's go to my hometown. That's Hamilton County. Strong performance here. About 2/3 of the vote going to Kamala Harris. This is one of these the cities where the progressive and the Democratic movement has got me pretty strong, especially in local government as well in that city. This is Franklin County. You got Ohio State University there, so you got a strong student vote as well. Greater than 2/3 going to Kamala Harris right now. In 2020, the final vote in Franklin County, which is Columbus, you had 65% of the vote for Joe Biden there. So a little bit of the vote still out there, but she is overperforming Biden's number from
Kamala.
4 years ago. And this, I just finished up here, guys. Cuyahoga, to check this. Heavily Democratic, 3-1 Democratic votes in Cleveland, Ohio. Cuyahoga, just about a third of the vote right now is in Kamala Harris. 71%. And Biden is at 66. So that'd be a good number for Kamala Harris if indeed that holds up. And I think that kind of tells us a little bit about why this number is.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
make us the story of your life. As you grow, you can use us because of severe flu, COVID-19, or RSV. So get vaccinated because your presence makes all the difference.
Everyone's forgotten who runs this valley. Time to remind them.
The only thing left to do is kill as much as you can before they kill you.
Yellowstone. Watch on Paramount Network.
Gum problems could be the start of a domino effect. Periodontic's active gum repair breath freshener. Clinically proven to help reverse the 4 signs of early gum disease. A toothpaste from Periodontics, the gum experts.
At Arbor Freight, we design and test our own tools and sell them directly to you. No middleman. Just quality tools you can trust at prices you'll love. Whatever you do it for less at Arbor Freight.
My mental health is better. Uncontrollable movements called TD started dyskinesia. Started disrupting my day.
TD felt embarrassing. I felt like disconnecting.
I asked my doctor about treating my TD and learned about Ingrezza.
Ingrezza is clinically proven to treat TD, quickly reducing by greater than 5 times in 2 weeks. Number 1 prescribed Ingrezza has dosing that's always 1 pill, 1 stick. And keep taking most mental health meds. Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden behavior and mood changes, or suicidal thoughts. Don't take Ingrezza if allergic. Serious side effects may include allergic reactions like sudden, potentially fatal swelling and sleepiness, the most common side effect, and heartburn problems. Know how Ingrezza affects you before operating a car or dangerous machinery. Report fever, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these might be life-threatening. Shaking, stiffness, drooling, and trouble with moving or balance may occur.
Take control by asking your doctor about Ingrezza.
I wanted my car to feel like me. A car is a reflection of its owner, right? My dream car was out there. I just needed to find it at a price less fantasy, more reality. Look at me now. Your dreams might be closer than you think.
Car gurus. Get it? Good gurus.
I'm a forgotten subscription. Poor guy
signed up for a free trial a year ago. Forgot to cancel.
Now he pays me $18 every month. It's awesome.
Don't let this happen to you. Download Rocket Money today.
The votes are in. The next president of the United States is
Kamala Harris.
Lord, can you trust our communities, our leaders, our president, our country? We give it all up to you.
Jesus, we
trust in you. Amen.
Do you have a box of videotapes, film reels, or photos that aren't degrading? Legacy Box actually converts them to DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud. Legacy Box is simple and safe, with over a million satisfied customers. Visit LegacyBox.com.
As we are headed toward 9 o'clock Eastern, one of the big polls we're going to be watching there is, of course, Arizona. A little bit of news out of Arizona. Arizona Secretary of State Adrian Fontes announced at a news conference that there were 4 non-credible bomb threats that were directed at Navajo County in Arizona. Again, hoax. There are no bombs. There are just these hoax bomb threats that have been phoned in to dozens of locations in Georgia, and now we know to multiple locations in Navajo County. Again, in none of these instances does there appear to have been any actual threat. These are simply hoaxes designed to dissuade people and to cause chaos, in some cases to force evacuations of polling places. It's absolutely enraging. In some cases, officials have attributed these things to origin. Interestingly, in Arizona, they're saying that some of these threats came from a .ru email address, but that is something somebody could spoof. It doesn't necessarily mean that it is from Russia, but it turns out that's going to be a lot of the background noise of today's election day in multiple states. In the United States, our friend Jen Stock, who is here. Jen, good to have you here on set. Be here. From what you have seen in all the results that we've had come in thus far, as we head towards 9 o'clock, what's caught your eye? I'm just going to give a couple of, everybody take a breath. Warnings here. One is the Cow County is not in.
Some people put Trump in the parlay.
I want to bet.
You could go to my bookie like this, but You gotta.
That it is from Russia, but it turns out that's going to be a lot of the background noise of today's election day in multiple states. In the United States, our friend Jen Psaki is here. Jen, good to have you here on set. Be here. From what you have seen and all the results that we've had come in thus far, as we head towards 9 o'clock, what's caught your eye?
I'm just going to give a couple of everybody take a breath.
Warnings here. One is that Cal County is not in.
You already voted for Kamala.
Negative.
Whoa.
He's like too negative. Like if you put, say, 200 on him to win.
He negative now.
57.
Now
he's real negative.
But I think before all this shit started, it was
he was negative by a little bit.
Yeah.
Hershey plus 275.
So if I put some money, I'm gonna win. She's not gonna win though.
Profit like 350.
If I put some money, I'm gonna win 350.
Yeah, profit.
What are you doing? I ain't gonna win though, bro.
Shit looking.
Like you already put your vote in for her, but realistically, who would you have bet on? Realistically,
I think it's 50-50. I still would have put her just cut, but I feel like it's straight 50.
Nah, I ain't playing.
Straight 50.
Yo, run me this.
Bro.
We are getting a lot of new numbers in here, and we are about to see it close in Arizona, Michigan, and Wisconsin, all obviously battleground states, all very hotly contested, and those closes are just minutes away. So meanwhile, let's check back in with Harris Buckner, who is speaking with voters and hearing their voices. Hi, Harris.
Watching everything you guys are doing, Martha. Thank you. This is Voters Voices, and I'm Harris Faulkner here with me, polling expert Lee Carter. And we have a fabulous audience of voters talking with us about the top issues in the race for the White House. Most polls show the economy is the voters' top issue. Now a clip from Vice President Kamala Harris. The lines on the screen show how voters reacted to the comment in real time. That's what you gathered. And the red lines represent Republicans, the blue Democrats, the gray are independents. Here it is.
Last time.
While inflation is down and wages are up, prices are still too high. You know it and I know it. And unlike Donald Trump, who had $400 million served to him on a silver platter, I come from the middle class. And I will never forget where I come from. Which is why my common sense plan will lower the prices you pay on everything from prescription drugs to groceries to housing. Donald Trump will raise costs on you and your families. In fact, independent economists have analyzed our plans and found that mine will cut your costs and strengthen our economy. His will increase inflation and lead to a recession by the middle of next year.
Independents, Republicans didn't find what they wanted. Again, we're watching for independence.
That's right. You can see there. Independents gave us a D. Democrats gave it an A. Republicans gave it an F. I think what's so interesting about the independent voter there is they really were turned off when they heard her talk about the middle class. And I also heard from voters that they wanted more specifics on the economy. And they said that you can find experts to reinforce whatever you want to believe. That's what you do for me.
Yeah, all right. I want to go to Alexandria now, Republican registered voter. Still not sure all the way up until the time you voted. What did you do and why?
Well, thank you so much for having me tonight, Harris. And I think that for me, both candidates really had to prove themselves. They had to win my vote. And they can talk about everything relative to the economy. But what really matters is what actually happens. And we have to ask ourselves, was it easier to buy groceries under the Biden administration or under the Trump administration? And for me, I can say personally that I am concerned with the direction that the country is headed in. And I would say for a vast population of the electorate that the same can be the same sentiments are shared. So I think that we all have to really contextualize all this information and ask ourselves the actual questions of how we feel in the circumstances.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for
Donald Trump. All right, this is the second time you're 2020. Sounds like the economy made it. This is fun. Getting to know all of you as we watch in real time. We've got the voices that are coming in too, and we don't want to miss a minute with Brett and Martha. So we will hear more from the voters' voices throughout this evening. So glad to be here with all of you. Brett and Martha, back to you.
Thanks so much. So we welcome Sean Hannity to the panel. Sean, you're watching all of this along with us tonight, and you say that you have some significant takeaways already.
I have a lot of takeaways from tonight. Obviously, you guys have gone over the issues and what's important to people and what they've been telling all the pollsters, exit polls, etc. I'm looking at this from a little bit different perspective tonight. To me, it's a numbers game. I was on with Dana earlier today, and I made the point going into today that Kamala Harris had a numbers problem. And the numbers problem was they didn't have anywhere near the votes or the percentages of votes that they had in 2020 when it was Biden and Harris. Now, that's a math problem that you have to overcome with unprecedented day of voting, which Democrats are not used to doing. I've checked in with a lot of people that I trust, a lot of people that I think have a lot of knowledge in individual spaces. For example, Ryan Speeders, long conversations with him. He feels that the turnout was so massive for Republicans in the lead up to today, and that the Democrats did not show up in the numbers that needed to overtake that early lead that was built up in the early voting. And that's also backed up by Mark Halpern. If you took a look, he's been doing a really good job analyzing the numbers, I think. Now, in Philadelphia, I'm trying to get an answer that I'd like an important question to. I did notice other networks, they kept showing Temple University, a massive line of students. Okay. The only problem was, if you go back to early voting in 2020, the Democrats had a 1.1 million vote lead heading into Election Day. This year is about 400,000. So that's a 700,000 vote decline in a year. That would mean today they would have needed massive turnout. They would need massive turnout. Yes, at the universities. It seems like they got it. But there's about 25,000 students that go to Temple. There's about 10,000 that go to Penn State. There's about 6,000 that go to Lehigh University. Okay, that's not making up 700,000 votes. So then we look at traditionally. Who else is voting in Philly? African Americans, a lot of union workers. Did they show up in the numbers? There are people reporting that it was a massive turnout in Philly today. I just got off the phone with the Trump War Room in Philadelphia, and they said they don't see it. Now, it's either one way or the other. The fact that they don't know the answer to that is a little surprising to me. If those numbers aren't there, that means Pennsylvania is a state that is in a state of play big time tonight. It may not show up early, but it'll show up as the night evolves, just like Wisconsin.
I would just mention one other thing about the college students is that there's been such a focus on young men, and these podcasts are the podcasts that college boys are watching and listening to. Theo Vaughn, Joe Rogan, Jake Paul, all of these guys. So just because they're in college doesn't mean this time around that they're necessarily voting the way that you think college students vote.
We also welcome Kayleigh McEnany, Trey Gowdy. Kayleigh, the interesting thing I mentioned earlier was Florida. We've already called that state for the former president, but inside those numbers, there's a massive Puerto Rican turnout in Osceola County and other places.
Yes.
In other places, the media would tell you that MSG rally really upset the Puerto Rican vote outpouring. Trump won that overwhelmingly with a massive Puerto Rican turnout. I'm not sure it affects things one-to-one, but it is interesting to look at.
It is. So Osceola County, as you point out, a big Puerto Rican population. Listen to this. Joe Biden won Osceola County by 14%. With 95% reporting currently, Donald Trump is leading by 1. Now, what other national lessons can we take from Florida? Miami-Dade County, a huge Latino population. No presidential candidate has won that since 1988. Ron DeSantis, of course, won Miami-Dade as a governor. But currently Donald Trump in Miami-Dade County, with 95% reporting, is plus 11.
Thank you. Electoral vote count about to go up. Stay tuned.
We are seconds away from 15 states, including New York, Colorado, Texas. Plus, critical battlegrounds.
We are going to win the state of Michigan.
Arizona, we need to fight this battle on every front.
With 163 electoral votes on the line, we have the results as they come in. The moment is here. America is watching.
What about CNN? We ain't seen CNN shit.
We're watching several crucial battlegrounds. CNN's going to bring you this projection right now. CNN projects that Texas will go to Donald Trump. The state of Texas, as expected to Donald Trump with its big bucket of 40 electoral votes. CNN also projects that north
54 to 30. They haven't counted shit for sure.
Dakota will go to Donald Trump. As expected, North Dakota with 3 electoral votes. 2 more for Trump now. CNN projects that South Dakota will go to Donald Trump. South Dakota, as expected, with 3 electoral votes for Donald Trump. And CNN projects that Wyoming will go to Donald Trump. Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes. CNN is not making any projections in the following states that just closed their polls. Arizona, that's a big battleground. Colorado, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Battleground Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, New Mexico.
Yeah. He got all of
New York, and Battleground Wisconsin. Let's look at the electoral map now. Donald Trump has.
She didn't get North Carolina. She didn't get most of this. I'm saying it's gonna be Pennsylvania. She gonna get all of this. You know, she definitely gonna get California, all these states. Arizona's a big. Damn, why are you hating?
A more than 106,000 vote lead. That's with 39% of the estimated vote counted in Battleground North Carolina. In Battleground Georgia, Donald Trump in the lead there, 52.8% of the vote. Kamala Harris with 46.6% of the vote. Donald Trump has a healthy 221,000 plus vote lead. That's with an estimated 66% of the vote counted in Georgia. About 2/3 of the vote in Georgia has been counted. In the Commonwealth of Virginia, Donald Trump in the lead there now, with 49.3% of the vote. Kamala Harris with 48.7% of the vote. Donald Trump with a 13,334 vote lead. That's with half the vote counted. That Commonwealth of Virginia, 50% counted there in Virginia. In the state of New Hampshire, Kamala Harris has 53.6%.
He don't to the internet now. We got him.
Damn, I don't know. I think this one got him.
I voted for Biden last time. I did some good deed. And he won. So my touch really matters. I voted for Biden, then Biden won.
He ain't vote this time.
So if I would have voted for Kamala, she would have won. So if he do win, that's because of me. I ain't voting.
Damn. This one don't got that shit.
In the near future, at least that is our expectation. Keep an eye out. That's the path to 270. You get there by filling these states in red and blue. So let's see again an unusual map at the moment, just because the vote count is low, or because we're going to have the most surprising election of my lifetime. But in Nebraska right now, statewide, you have the vice president winning, but you see most of the votes are out here. She's not so much worried about the statewide, but she'd love to win Nebraska. Don't get me wrong. Nebraska's second congressional election. Nebraska
Maine, award electoral votes based on congressional districts to do that. Eastern Nebraska is what matters most to the vice president. We'll see if Nebraska stays blue again. To its south, the state of Kansas, 29% of the vote. You see all this?
I can't get
That's playing Legos. That's Donald Trump. That's how he builds a small rural all across America, especially in the heartland. Kamala Harris, vice president, ahead of 50% of the vote. It's all over here. Kansas City, Missouri, the suburbs here, more blue areas, the college towns, more urban areas in Kansas is why she's ahead right now. It's only 29% of the vote. We'll watch as that map fills in. Again, Missouri, when I started doing this in 1988, spent a lot of time in Missouri with Michael Dukakis. It's not a battleground state anymore. But at the moment, it's 51%, but it's only 7% again. You see votes coming in from the suburbs just to the west of St. Louis, suburbs just to the east of Kansas City. That's why the Democrat is leading at the moment as we go through. So now let's get to the states that we actually think will be the battlegrounds in the end. We'll keep looking, open to surprises here. Let's check in on the big ones. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, still at 16%. This is a 30-point race, just shy of a 30-point race in the state. We know it's going to be decided by 1 or 2 points. So we'll continue to watch to see. I check in on it to see if the vote count has gone up. It has not been a while, 16%. Same with Michigan. We come over. We're up to 10% here right now. 53 to 45 again. It's an 8-point lead in Michigan. Then you have a blowout. You expect this to be very close in the end. We're missing a lot. Earlier tonight, Grand Rapids was red for Donald Trump. That's Kent County out here. Right now, you see it's almost a tie right there. This is one of the battlegrounds within the battleground. Fiercely, reliably red, now a closely fought suburban area around Grand Rapids. Keep an eye on that. But still nothing out of Wayne County, Detroit. I just want to come up here to Ingham County. This is where Michigan State is. If this ends the night there, Donald Trump's going to feel very good about his Michigan chances, but we're at 3%. Students here, state capital, government town, should be blue by the end of the night. If it's not, that would tell you something huge. So let's come to where we have more votes in these battlegrounds. Again, I just want to check on Virginia again. This is our surprise at the moment. We're up to 50% of the vote, and you have Donald Trump with a very narrow lead. Did this a moment ago. I just want to do it again for people at home. Most of the outstanding votes, these circles tell you, the larger the circle, the more outstanding votes are still waiting to be counted. And the color tells you how the votes come in so far in that area. You see a lot of blue up here. Virginia now has become a blue state because of the Washington, D.C. suburbs in Northern Virginia. The places, the counties, 25-35 minutes depending on traffic drive. So that's out there, plus Richmond and the suburbs around there. We'll see. Donald Trump is remarkably in play in this state, and this would be even if it's close, it might tell you something about what's going to happen to its south in North Carolina. They're not twins, but they're very similar. Virginia and North Carolina. North Carolina actually has a higher African American population. So if you're the vice president, that's part of your base. Here's Donald Trump with a lead, 41% reporting again. Should the Harris campaign be nervous? Both campaigns will be nervous about battleground North Carolina. It's going to go back and forth. But again, you see, there's still some large pockets of Democratic votes. Also some pretty good sized pockets of Republican votes. In a battleground state, this one's going to take a while to sort out. But you see where the outstanding votes are. I didn't get to this last time in Georgia, so let's go down and look at battleground Georgia. And bring that up here right now. We're up to 68% of the vote in Georgia. And you have 53 to 46. So if you're in the Trump campaign, you're thinking of more than two-thirds of the vote counted. You start to feel good about a lead that big, especially in a state that was 11,700 votes 4 years ago. But let's see what's left out. Where are the outstanding votes? And you see right there why the Harris campaign, you're nervous, you're checking in with all your field captains, your precinct and your county people. But you see right there, you see those giant circles right there, another big circle. There are still a lot of areas that we know vote disproportionately Democratic, where votes are to be counted in Georgia. I just want to come back and make one more observation here. You see that 242,000 vote lead. It is a little after 9 o'clock on Tuesday night. If you go back to 2020, Donald Trump was leading Georgia by 244,000 votes at 9 o'clock Tuesday night, election night in 2020. 244,000 votes then, 242,000 votes now. Joe Biden carried Georgia. Doesn't mean Kamala Harris will this time. It just means we need to count all the votes. And you come back out and take a look again to see if the map has changed at all. Texas and Florida have gone back. Ohio has gone back where you expect it to go back, and that lead seems to be growing. I want to just check in again on this battleground here. Still at 18% there. So I'm going to do something now. This is an exercise. You see Trump leading in North Carolina and Trump leading in Georgia. I just want to switch the map here. Come over to the race for 270. Okay? This is an if. This is an if. It's not it. We're nowhere near there. We have a lot of votes to count there. But why is this so important? You take battleground states off the board. When we're able to project and call them, it changes the chess of getting to 270. If Donald Trump were to hold that, he's leading there now. It's close. Plenty of votes still for the vice president to catch up. We have to wait and see what happens. If Donald Trump takes those two, the vice president.
What is that countdown?
That's what makes the math interesting. She needs that 19 votes right there. If Donald Trump gets that, gets into the finish line. So if that happens, that becomes essential. We're not there yet, Jake, but we have to do the math in our heads.
All right, John. CNN now bring you a new projection.
The CNN projects that Kamala Harris will win the state of Delaware. Delaware, as expected, will go to Kamala Harris with its 3 electoral votes, the small wonder state. Let's take a look at the electoral vote count. Donald Trump has 154 electoral votes. Kamala Harris has 30 electoral votes. 270 electoral votes are needed to win. Let's bring you a key race alert now. In the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Kamala Harris has 60.4% of the vote. Donald Trump 38.7% of the vote. Kamala Harris with a 284,000 plus vote win. Lead. 284,000 plus vote lead. With only an estimated 19% of the vote in, not even a fifth of the vote. Still a lot of votes to count in Pennsylvania. In Battleground, Michigan, Kamala Harris with 53.1% of the vote. Donald Trump has 44.9% of the vote. Kamala Harris with a 46,000 plus vote lead. Only a tenth of the vote has been counted in Michigan. 10%. Still very early there. In North Carolina, Donald Trump in the lead with 51.9% of the vote. Kamala Harris with 46.9% of the vote. Donald Trump with a 119,000 plus vote lead. That's with 41% of the estimated vote counted in North Carolina. In Battleground, Georgia, Donald Trump in the lead there, 52.7% of the vote. Kamala Harris with 46.6% of the vote. Donald Trump with a 225,000 plus vote lead. That's with 69% of the estimated vote in Georgia. They're really counting the ballots in Georgia there. 69% of the estimated vote has been counted. In the Commonwealth of Virginia, Donald Trump still has 49.5% lead. Now it's 49.4%. Kamala Harris is 48.6%. Donald Trump is 18,000 plus votes ahead of Kamala Harris right now, with more than half, 52% of the estimated vote counted in the Commonwealth of Virginia. In New Hampshire, Kamala Harris in the lead with 53.3% of the vote. Has 46% of the vote. Kamala Harris with a 70 plus vote. That's with more than a quarter, 28% of the estimated vote in the granted state of New Hampshire. In Ohio, Donald Trump still in the lead there, 53.9% of the vote. Kamala Harris has 45.2% of the vote. Donald Trump with a 275,000 plus vote lead. That's with more than half, 52% of the estimated vote counted in Ohio. John King?
Let's look at the map. The 9 o'clock hour. Be the 10 o'clock hour, 11 o'clock hour, expected. Midnight hour. You're beginning to see more states fill in. Most of it is very early voting, but it's still, you just see as the polls close and we go from east to west. You now see many more states before you vote. Let's just take a peek. We've already projected this one to be for Donald Trump. Just want to show you North Dakota. States feel they don't get respect because they're not huge electoral battlegrounds. I like to wander through and look at the votes and just show people out here. You see South Dakota starting to fill in slowly, very early on 1% of the vote. This is a surprise at the moment. Nebraska, the vice president so far carrying the state statewide. We're only at 27%. And again, most of this gray you see from about here west, rural Republican farm country, where Trump tends to run it up. So that give you the 2020 example of what I'm talking about. That's what tends to happen. And so we're not there yet. So when that happens, if that happens, that number will change. Again, for the vice president, what you want to do is you want to be here. I'm just showing you Douglas County. It's the big piece of Nebraska's second congressional district. This is where you want to win. The blue dot, they call it. If she wins the blue wall, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. What's going to happen if she don't win? If she wins those three, and she wins Nebraska's second congressional district, she can get 270 electoral votes. So keep an eye on that as it plays out. First votes in Wisconsin, you see it's red at the moment, about 796 to 479. Guess what? We have a long way to go in battleground Wisconsin. Just for context, Joe Biden won it 4 years ago with 1.6 million votes. So we are in the infancy stages of counting the vote in battleground Wisconsin. And you watch as it plays out. One of the places here. I'll just show you now. Zero votes in yet. The Green Bay area, Brown County. This is one of the key tests. Can the Vice President hold on to the President's share of white working class voters? I just want to show you as we go back in 2020. Joe Biden did not win Brown County. He got 46% of the vote. The margins within the margins sometimes make the difference in a battleground state. Wisconsin settled by 20,000 votes, right? You look at that 46% for Joe Biden, and then you move back in time, and you see 42% for Hillary Clinton. That makes the difference. She lost the state. He won the state. So one of the things we will watch as the 2024 results come in is not just can she turn out the African American vote in Milwaukee, not just can she compete in the suburbs, Waukesha, just to the west of Milwaukee. But can she hold her own? As competitive as Biden was in some of these blue-collar counties, long way to go. There, let's pop over to Michigan. As Jake just told you, we're only at 10% there, so not a lot to look at. Just move it up so you can see it a little bit better at home. The Vice President has pulled ahead in Kent County. That's Grand Rapids, but it's early. Again, you're looking down here. I told you earlier, one of the warning signs was Washington County. This is where the University of Michigan is, Ann Arbor. If you move east here, Dearborn is over here near Detroit. Her question marks in Michigan are young voters and Arab American voters. You find the young voters here, University of Michigan campus. And again, you say, wow, that's a 30-point lead. What are we worried about that for? Well, you're worried about it because the President of the United States had that 4 years ago. It's a county where if you want to win Michigan. Joe Biden won by 154,000 votes. So you can say she has some to spare, if you will. She can lose a little bit in the coalition, but you don't want to lose a lot. And I was at the Michigan campus just last week. They have a very aggressive young voter turnout operation there. We'll see later in the night if those numbers change at all. That's Michigan. Let's come back out and come over the home state of Mr. Tapper. We're still at 20%. It's bumped up just a little bit there. What are we looking at? Let's move it up just a little bit. We have some votes. Erie County, as I told you earlier, 25 counties in America. Price for Barack Obama, then to Donald Trump, and then flip back to Joe Biden. So it's a bellwether county. Doesn't mean the person who wins Erie County is going to win the Commonwealth and win the presidency, but that's what's happened in the last several presidential elections. So you look, we just started. Just getting started in Erie County. 512 votes, just for context. It's going to take close to 70,000 votes to win that county. So we're just starting. That's one of them. Let's come back to 2024 and move over here. Northampton County, again, right along the New Jersey border, not terribly far from Allentown. The Vice President ahead there at only 22% of the vote in. So that was again, look how close it was. Joe Biden just barely carried it. Donald Trump just barely carried it 4 years before that. That's the way it tends to end up. So we'll watch as that plays out. Here's something we do want to look at. Is Lehigh County. Only 20% of the vote in here. If there is an impact from the Donald Trump Madison Square Garden event, where so many insults were made about Puerto Ricans and about Mexicans and about Latino and Hispanic Americans, if you're going to see an impact, this is one of the places you might see it. Right here. That's why both Trump and Harris went to Allentown in the final days of the campaign to try to take advantage. We're only at 20% right there. But again, you're doing this for context. 62% for the Vice President. You go back in time to Lehigh County 2020, 53%. If the Vice President can overcome Joe Biden, Lehigh County, Pennsylvania, she's in good shape. So we watch that as it plays out. We're only at 20% of the vote right now. It would come down to it. It's only 20%. So then you come out more. Where else are you looking at Pennsylvania? Let's bring this up. You also had the Vice President Dornock in Berks County. Berks County at the moment is blue. Berks County ends the night blue. My bet would be on Vice President Harris winning Pennsylvania. Why? Let's look at it. Show you where it is. Here's Philadelphia. There's the close-in suburbs around it. And then as you drive out, what used to be farm country, now you see the homes lined up. People moving further out because that's the only place they can afford a home. That's places like Berks County, Pennsylvania. Half the vote count, a little bit shy of that right now. 51-48. Right, let's go back in time. That was a 53% county for Donald Trump in 2020 when he lost Pennsylvania, and it was a 53% county in 2016 when he won Pennsylvania. So if you're the Vice President of the United States, you're keeping an eye on this one. Keep this blue. Your chances to win the Commonwealth improve dramatically. So spent a lot of time there over the last year. It is interesting. Reagan Republicans don't like Donald Trump, who were kind of tormented about voting for Trump or voting for Harris. Keep an eye on that one there. Then you move out here. This is number 2 in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Allegheny County is Pittsburgh and the suburbs around it. the labor vote,
the
blue collar vote,
smaller
African American population, the urban vote, Democrats, so she's at 68%. Look at that there, you come back in time, he's at 59%. So again, we're early. We come back to 2024, come out, it's 40%. So it's early, we tend to be early votes, favor Democrats. But we want to wait and get more to see if that's contextual. At the moment, he's outpacing the President of the United States in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. It's a key place. We'll see if that holds up.
The flip side.
He should have shut everything down fast.
Pick one.
Cuyahoga County,
along the border of Pennsylvania. Donald Trump getting 71% there. Half the vote is in. Again, this is Donald Trump's secret. Runs it up. Small rural counties across America. 75%. So keep an eye on that. It's early. We're still counting votes right there.
Is the Trump base
turning out the same math numbers? In a place like Pennsylvania. He needs to run it up in places like this. Again, it's only 5% reporting. 75%. 71%. Again, even in these small rural counties, early vote. There's not a lot of Democrat votes there. A lot of it comes out in the early votes if you're following along. When they count it, so let's be careful to not make any projections, tough, lasting cement analysis, I guess I'll call it. Keep an eye on that as we go through the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Virginia, Virginia's going to flip back. Still at 59%. Somewhat. This would be a shock. Joe Biden won Virginia by 10 points. Even if it's closer, even if the vice president comes back, take a peek. Yeah, the outstanding votes are so large. There's some Republican votes out there. You see the red dots. The big circles for the Democratic area. So the math is there for the vice president to recover.
But even a close race in Virginia might tell you that it's a more competitive environment for Donald Trump. Especially Jake, as we've talked before. Can he do well in the suburbs? And then you see, we're looking at Virginia, it's interesting. What lessons can we learn there? Well, again, they're not exactly the same, but they're similar. You come down to North Carolina, we're above 50% now. It's close. This is welcome to North Carolina. This is what it's going to be. So you just take a look and you say, what's missing? Where are they still counting votes? Again,
he sent all the Latinos back.
Mecklenburg County, Charlotte and suburbs around it. African American voters, upscale suburbs around it. Democratic voters. A lot of votes there. A lot of votes in Raleigh-Durham, the Research Triangle. Again, so you see that happening right there. Let's see. We'll go back here. Come back up to Virginia, and we see 49.4, 48% there. Again, pretty remarkable. 17,000 votes. Again, we got a long way to go. 45% of the votes still to be counted. But Joe Biden won it by 10 points. In the vice candidates camp. A little nervous about that.
Let's bring in David Chalian to get some insights now on the outstanding vote in Virginia, which is, as of now, a little tighter than I think the Harris campaign would like.
Yeah, Jake, we're trying to determine how much of this vote we're looking at now is pre-election vote. Our estimate right now is that we are looking at